And finally, to the man who makes prints of the only Whiteleys, Olsons and Gleesons you and I are ever likely to own. Fred Genis is a lithographer. He's collaborated with most of Australia's best artists to make prints of their work. And now he's about to retire. Madeleine O'Day reports.
Over the last half-century, some of the world's greatest artists have come to this man, Fred Genis, to create their lithographs.
I like to be part of that process of an artist creates. You work on it and you see something unfold. It's exciting.
Genis makes it look easy, but the kind of skill and sensitivity that it takes to create prints like these is rare and highly prized by the artists who come to work with him.
He's that perfect mix of someone who is sensitive to and responsive to the aims of the artist and has just a huge technical repertoire, which is his experience. That was a good one, Fred.
Yeah, it is, yeah. Usually blacks with colors are not so good, but this one works,
yeah,
eh? Especially,
yeah.
I think, since we put the white over the black.
Yes,
it really
that was
made
great.
a nice tone.
Although Genis found his vocation early, at home in 50s Holland, it was in America in the 60s that he made his name. There he worked with some of the greats of American art, Jasper Johns, Robert Rauschenberg and William de Kooning. In 1979, he emigrated with his family to Australia. Within a week of arriving, he'd found work.
One lunch was organized, and there was John Olson, Tim Storier, Brad Whiteley, and, not to forget, Tom Lowenstein, the accountant of all of them, who is still my accountant. And during that lunchtime, we spoke, had a wonderful lunch, and I think I could see that I had work lined up for about a year.
Over the past 17 years, Genis has made lithographs with almost every significant artist in Australia, among them John Olson, Brett Whiteley, Colin Lansley, Tim Storier and James Gleeson. He introduced the late Lloyd Rees to the medium when the artist was already 80 years old.
Each time is different, because each artist is different, different personality, different work, different everything. Totally different relationship, yeah. And working relationships I have found in my life are wonderful.
It's a very special role, I think, that the master printer has. It's partly interpretive because to create the kind of feeling that you may want a work to have, you're dependent on his knowledge. You know, yes, I think I can get something like that by doing this and that or whatever it is. I learn something every time I make a print with Fred. And I think that's, for me, one of the most exciting things.
You cannot tell an artist what to do. I mean, you don't do that, but you can offer suggestions and see what he wants to do. So you offer the possibility to make it the best.
Now, at 62, Fred Genis feels ready to retire. The work feels harder and heavier, but he's reluctant to leave his studio. When it's closed, much of the craft in Australia will go with it. He is still vainly searching for a successor.
I don't feel sad about making an end to it for myself. I'm happy. I find something else to do. But, yeah, I had hoped that it could roll on, you know? Because I feel that, well, I've had the greater part of my life in it, so I've learned a lot, and I could pass that on. I should. I'm willing. It's hard. It's hard.
There's a fine tradition of artist lithographs, of which he is a part, and that's something that we as artists can plug into and use and be part of. Well, it'll be lost to us now, and I think that that's a very sad note. He'll be irreplaceable, I would think.
These things happen all the time, I suppose. craftsman gets old, he's one of the last, and I think I leave quite a lot of wonderful prints around. If you would stack them up as editions, I don't think I could believe that I've printed it myself. That would be, you wouldn't fit in this place.